Well, that's that. The Tournament of Power is about to begin. After Universe's 7 brief victory over the exhibition tournament, it is now time for Goku and Gohan to gather their teams. Even though Gohan is a little bit unsure of what to tell his wife Chibiusa, because they have to fight on opposite teams. Universe 7 and Sailor Moon's universe, aka in this story, Universe 7.1, will have to oppose each other as separate universes. Oh my. And well, Gohan only has 2 choices. He can either fight on Universe 7's side, or don't fight at all. He can't fight on Universe 7.1's side because, by the laws of the universe, technically Gohan belongs to Universe 7. So, needless to say, it's quite the heartbreaking dilemma for Chibiusa when she finds out, because she will be one of the key fighters in the on the other team. However, the two make a vow that no matter which universe wins, out of their, at least as far as their 2 universes are concerned, they will bring the other one back using the Super Dragon Balls. So Gohan will have to make sure that he, or at least his father, Goku, win the tournament, and Chibiusa will just have to make sure that any one of them wins the tournament, because, well, they're all on the same page when it comes to the wish. So, does this mean we might actually get a little bit of an alliance between the 2 universes during the tournament? Well, we'll wait and see. Meanwhile, there is one warrior who has been picked for the team, but she's having some serious doubts on whether she can actually do much in terms of helping her other Sailor Guardians, or Universe 7.1, and that is Sailor Mercury. Now, even though she's been working on herself a lot in terms of being a better warrior, even going off with Vegeta to the Room of Spirit and Time and trying to join him in training, Vegeta sort of allowing this because he remembers the frustrations of what it was like, being inferior to that Kakarot all the time. In Mercury's case, she's feeling inferior to the other Sailor Guardians. Poor Mercury. I really find that she really does underestimate herself some of these days, because if anything, what I wanted to show in the previous arc with Dark Mercury is that Sailor Mercury is quite capable of taking down her fellow Guardians if she chose to. Because you gotta remember, that was an exact copy of Mercury, except, darker and evil. But other than that, abilities-wise and what Mercury is capable of, they're the same. And, well, as, everyone begins looking for their teammates, and, Vegeta, of course, being made to enter after, Whis speeds up the birth of Bulla. And, Vegeta still not knowing what the exact stakes of the tournament they are, but he does know Mercury has been selected for the other team, Universe 7.1. And he just looks to her and goes, "Hey you! No holding back! Don't disappoint me!" And Mercury takes that as a sign of acknowledgement. Acknowledgement by the Saiyan Prince, the Prince of all Saiyans. Yeah, Mercury, they have known Vegeta to sort of accept those as compliments when he says stuff like that. So she just goes, "Yes, sir." Now, with Gohan telling Chibiusa everything that's at stake, Chibiusa has told the other Sailor Guardians. However, Gohan does not wish to panic anyone else with the details, so the Sailor Guardians for now have agreed to sort of hush things up for the moment. And meanwhile, Goku and Gohan are off on their recruiting mission like everything else, and those pretty much run exactly the same, with them slowly building up their numbers until they've filled up their 10 spots. And well, Gohan and Goku do have a bit of a training match together, like in the anime. This time, it goes completely the other way around. Gohan actually beats his father this time around. Him with his Mystic Millennia Super Saiyan Blue was just a little bit too much for Super Saiyan Blue Goku to handle at his current level. I'm sure if Goku maybe pushed on with the Kaioken, but you know, the tournament's around the corner, can't burn out too much of your energy now. Tien and Roshi, they're recruited just like in the original 17, 18 and Krillin. Same old, same old. And well, as for who's on the Sailor Guardians team, now remember in the last part, I did say certain people were banned. For example, Neo Queen Serenity, King Endymion, Sailor Saturn and Sailor Pluto are all banned from participating in the tournament, with their powers being, you know, basically the same levels as the deities from the DragonBall world. So, it's only fair that they are spectating like the other deities. And so who's actually battling in the tournament on the Sailor Guardians team? You got the 4 original Sailor Guardians, Sailor Mars, Mercury, Jupiter and Venus, along with Sailor Uranus and Neptune. And thanks to Neo Queen Serenity, Usagi explaining to Princess Kakuya, I think that's her name, the one who the Three Starlights admire and were searching for in their arc. So yes, the Three Starlights are in this battle. Now, their 10th and final member is, of course, Sailor Chibi Moon. Or in this case, Super Chibi Moon. Chibiusa, in other words. They were thinking of including her Guardians instead of the Starlights, but they felt they're just a little bit too inexperienced. So they're sort of just in their realm, minding their own business in their own little timeline at the moment. In fact, the Neo Queen Serenity from that timeline knows nothing about any of this. So when you think about it, there are 2 Neo Queen Serenities. Go figure. Anyway, so pretty much with that, the teams for the other universes are gathered and sorted, except Majin Buu's fallen asleep on Goku and the others, and so, just like in the original story, they are resorted to having to recruit Frieza. Oh yes, come on guys, did you really think I was going to leave out Frieza? And well, with Frieza joining in and everyone from the Dragon team figuring out what's actually at stake, it's not like they have a choice in the matter. Either forfeit the tournament, get erased by Zeno, or end up destroyed by Beerus's hand, because he will not tolerate deserters in his army. So, even though they're a little angry at Gohan and Goku for keeping this hush-hush, they're on their way and have to do it, and they will fight with all their might. And so, the hour has approached, and everyone is transported to the arena, which I guess is sort of like a void dimension. Something sort of outside of space and time where they can just duke it out without wrecking anything, except the arena, of course. And well, with a final rundown of the rules, the tournament has indeed begun. And, well, needless to say, it is quite, well, as Supreme Kai worded it, it's basically a glorified riot. It's every man for themselves out here. Now, as for the plans, Gohan is pretty much sticking to the plan that he had in the original story. Try to keep everyone together and keep everyone fighting as a unit, which of course isn't really working. However, the Sailor got with Mercury, who is basically team captain, or rather second in command rather than Chibiusa. Chibiusa is pretty much the MVP in this battle. But, once again, Mercury is going on with her role as strategist, and her fellow Sailor Guardians and the Starlights are actually listening to her, and they're actually doing pretty well in the tournament so far, with no losses, and pretty much eliminating other universe competitors who would prove to be troublesome later, such as the Free Wolf Brothers. They're a team as well, and other units like that work as a team. So they pretty much eliminate those three along with their entire universe, making them the first to go in this timeline, and everyone sees the horrifying display of Zeno's power and the universe going bye-bye. And well, just a reminder of what is at stake here. 9 universes, I'm pretty sure it's 9, because I'm pretty sure it was 8 universes that battle each other in the original story. With 7.1, that makes 9. So, 9 have entered the Thunderdome, only 1 will leave. The Thunderdome. Love that song. Anyway, love that movie, actually. Anyways, so, pretty much with the Sailor Guardians getting rid of 1 universe right there, well, it then becomes clear that Universe 7 is actually beginning to enter the losing side of things, especially when Goku tries to battle it with Jiren, and Jiren basically being ordered to eliminate Goku immediately. And since Universe 7 has pretty much been labelled the villains of the tournament, a lot of the other universes are basically isolating and ganging up on them as best they can, splitting them up rather effectively. In fact, as Gohan and the few that are sticking with him, as they fight off a few of them, another bunch of them are just charging in, and then another bunch of them from all sorts of different universes are just charging in. They're really trying, if not, I'd say they're trying harder than the original story to get rid of them. And, well, luckily for Universe 7, 7.1 decides to step in and help them, using their teamwork of their very own to battle them back. Yes, they may have to fight on opposite teams, but Gohan and Chibiusa and the Sailor Guardians remember their promise. As long as one of them wins, the other universe will survive. So it's very important that they still try and find a way to work together. And, well, they're more or less able to fight back the other teams, who some of which are retreating and regrouping, while others unfortunately are being picked off by Universe 7 and 7.1 collectively. And, well, with that, suddenly Frieza comes in and immediately starts wailing and attacking Sailor Venus. You have let down your guard, human. Now, enjoy the show from the sidelines. And, Sailor Venus is the first from Universe 7.1 to be eliminated in this tournament. I'm sorry, Usagi. I really tried. Don't worry about it. You gave it your all, and that's all that counts. Yeah, don't worry about it. King Endymion talking. There's still plenty of us in there. And the rest of Universe 7 are just angered at what Frieza had just done. Frieza, what's the meaning of this? Oh, get with the program, monkey. They are on the opposite team. Our objective is to eliminate the entire competition, or our universe will be blown up. And Beerus is pretty much the only one approving of this. Yes, that's it, Frieza, throw 'em all out. And Whis is just reminding him, my lord, has it ever occurred to you that if 7.1 wins, at least our universe may still yet be spared? I guess Beerus is considering it now. And, because of Frieza's actions, this has sort of put a bit of a friction between 7.1 and Universe 7, because it's like, can we really trust these guys now? Is someone else just going to jump them from behind and wail on them and throw them out the arena? So, yeah. I mean, they just stepped in and helped them. That was the thanks they got. So there is a bit of bickering going on by, especially from Uranus and the Starlights and arguing with members of the Dragon Team. So this whole thing is now beginning to fall apart really quick, and they're just about ready to fight each other, and Champa's enjoyed this. Oh, that's it! Now Universe 8! Get in there! Is it Universe 8? I'm pretty sure that's his universe, Universe 8, or is it Universe 6? Come to think of it, I think it might be Universe 6. Either way, that's it! That's it! Go, my team! Knock Universe 7 and 7.1 out of this tournament! And well, they are pretty much in an all-out fight between Champa's team, and at least for now this has managed to separate 7.1 and 7, who are now getting back into their own battles and sort of finding a bit of a groove. Meanwhile, of course, you got Caulifla and Kale challenging with Goku, and eventually increasing their Super Saiyan potentials to even stronger than what they were, pushing up to to Super Saiyan 2, and even Caulifla getting close to Super Saiyan 3, and everyone in Universe 7 is just doing their best to defend Goku. Now, with Uranus and Neptune pretty much being taken to school by Hit at this point, they're not eliminated, they're just not having a good day at the moment. And pretty much needing the Sailor Starlights to pretty much help them out and try and battle away Hit. You pretty much got... Yeah, you've got Mercury, who is on her own at this point. Mars and Jupiter are off fighting the two Namekians at the moment from Lord Champa's universe, and well, as for Chibiusa, she's actually in the fight of her life, battling Rip Brianne and her universe, which, interestingly enough, Rip Brianne's universe is sort of feeling that it's kind of a shame to attack these Sailor Guardians because they're very similar in a way. They both fight for love and justice and whatnot, and they have the ability to transform. They're very similar in a way. And, but luckily, Chibiusa's power is keeping her very well in the fight, to a point that no one on that team is basically able to touch her at this point. Her forming a silver crystal barrier on herself, while she tries to think a way out of this mess. And well, as for Sailor Mercury, like I said, she's on her own, but not for long. Yes, I remember you. You're the one who eliminated me in the Destroyer tournament and ruined my life. This is, of course, Frost. Remember, it was Sailor Mercury who beat him back in the Destroyer tournament. And this time, of course, he's got back up his steamy friend, and he's also got a beaten down Master Roshi in his clutches. Frost, I'm talking about, who's sort of laying down before him. Now, obviously, he's keeping Roshi around. He's waiting for Roshi to use the evil containment wave again, so he can then reverse it and eliminate someone else. But until then, he is quite willing to play around with Mercury for the time being. I owe you this one, but this time I've brought some friends with me. So you got Mr. Chugga 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 and Mr. Teddy Bear covering his ears of all insults. And with them battling and fighting, well, Frost is sort of planning out his attack and attacking as best he can. Mercury's just able to dodge everyone at this point. But her confidence is slowly dissipating. The strategy has pretty much failed at this point, and she still has no confidence as a warrior. Despite all the training she did with Vegeta from all those trips to the Room of Spirit and Time with him. However, so she's all, I can't do this. I was never cut out to be a Sailor Guardian in the first place. I don't know what made me think I was ever capable, blah, blah, blah. And well, then she remembers the promise that she made to Vegeta just prior to not long before the tournament started. No holding back. Don't disappoint me. And well, this does seem to ignite a bit of a spark in Mercury, who manages to pick herself up. Aqua Rhapsody! Scouring water shots hitting the tin can living robot dude, the oversized amateur wrestling teddy bear, and of course Frost is having to dodge as well. And then Mercury is suddenly between the three of them, and she gets Frost with a left and a split kick, kicking the other two, sending them both flying. What? Impossible! Where did you find such strength? Then suddenly, Mercury begins to glow a bluish sort of aura so bright that it's shining over her. Her form is changing. The bow on her sailor uniform is changing into a more radical pattern. Her boots are changing. Her tiara is changing. She is basically transforming into the same form that Dark Mercury had in the previous part. Now Mercury can summon up the Mercury dagger on her own, achieving Eternal Sailor Mercury, we'll call it. Uh-oh. Well, with a nasty, ferocious attack, Mr. Jugga and Mr. Teddy Bear are out of the tournament. I really don't know their names, so yeah, I'm calling them that. And well, with Frost basically lining up for a death beam, Master Roshi uses this opportunity to try seal him away with the Mafu bar, but thanks to Frost watching him, he was already ready for that. He switches it up and then proceeds to trap Mercury. This is for eliminating me in the Destroyer tournament. Now you will feel the shame. However, that gets interrupted when Vegeta blasts open the jar and releases Mercury. Still have to resort to such cheap tricks. And, you know how Vegeta missed out on giving Frost a beating in the Destroyer tournament because we had Mercury fight him instead? Now it's Vegeta's turn. Going full on Super Saiyan Blue, he attacks Frost and he's not giving him a chance. Wait! I was just fooling! And well, Frost is actually eliminated from the tournament. So it wasn't Frieza who eliminates Frost this time around, it was Vegeta. Before flying off, he addresses Mercury. Hey, not bad, but next time don't count on me to save you. He flies off, and Mercury, with a new spark of confidence, is entering the fray of battle. And I think that's where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you guys think? Are you enjoying this version of the Tournament of Power so far? Are Universe 7 and 7.1 going to be able to keep their bearings together and keep from turning on each other? And what of the other universes? Are they going to be able to point up any resistance at all? All this and more next time as we get into the conclusion of the Tournament of Power arc. Catch you later.